In the beginning, we see an old woman preparing to give food to his pet sparrow in the kitchen. She forgot to shut the sparrow's cage after taking his plate. So after getting the food prepared, she returned to the cage, but she could not find the bird there. However, she goes to her husband to inquire about the missing bird, but upon reaching him, she finds the bird dead in his hand and he was sucking the blood of that bird. All of this was quite unexpected, so she became pretty panicked. Then the scene shifts to Javi, who is going to hand over his daughter to his wife Iris for a day, having no choice. As they were living separately due to the death of their little son who drowned in a swimming pool, Iris considers that he died due to her negligence, so after that she refused to take responsibility for Tata. Here Tata feels sad because she knows that her mother doesn't want to look after her, but Javi tries to console her by that her mother is just stressed and scared. Then the scene shifts to Iris, who is getting ready to go for a night shift as a security guard, but before she could leave, Tata and Javi arrive there. However, he refuses Javi to take her for the day because she has to be in the night shift, but Javi forces her to look after him because he had no choice, hence she agrees on the condition that she would take her, but after getting your job done, you will take her. Tata secretly listens to them and feels sad about that. After Javi leaves, Tata reminds her mother that she had promised to make her learn to skate. She tells her that she is busy today, but she would do that some other day, and decides to take Tata to her office. After that, it is shown that all the people are running from each other, being scared, and something wrong is happening in the city while the police are fully alert. Iris reaches the office along with Tata and orders her to stay behind the car as long as she calls her. She heads into the office gate and encounters her boss, who scolds her for being late. She apologizes and then calls Tata to come inside with her. This office was a quite big place, having a large number of rooms, a swimming pool and a basketball ground as well. Here Iris listens to the news on TV that an unknown virus has spread throughout the city which affects the people who come in close contact, but she ignores that, taking it as a common one. Then she takes Tata to the basketball ground and tells her to enjoy there. Moreover, she finds some toys in a box kept there and finds some smoke bombs which she carries in her handbag, and informs Tata that she will be watching her through the CCTV camera and gives her a walkie-like to have contact between them. Afterwards, she goes to the security room and observes all the footage from all the cameras, and Tata is seen in one of them. Then she goes to the control room, but in the mid of the way, the light goes off. Here Tata becomes scared and instantly calls Iris, but Iris attempts to calm her down. Meanwhile, she manages to turn the lights on. Tata reminds her that today is the birthday of her dead brother Nico and reveals that she remembered the day when Nico died. Tata attempts to ignore her by saying that her walkie-talkie's battery is about to die. At that moment, she notices some strange voice coming from outside. When she moves to check, she finds a man brutally beating the other man outside the office, which makes her pretty scared. She instantly calls the police, but the connection is cut. Then she moves to the top of the roof and informs David, the security guard outside the building. But he claims that he had already informed the police after seeing them. Afterwards, Iris again goes to the security room to see Tata, and after seeing her there, she leaves the room to go to Tata. Here in the CCTV footage, we see a suspicious man entering the office. Iris reaches the basketball area and she doesn't find Tata there. But the man appears and runs toward her to attack. Observing that the man is infected with the virus, she smashes his face with the skateboard she was carrying. But the man a while retrieves himself and starts running after her like a zombie. Iris, panicked, hurriedly runs into the security room and locks the door so that she could make her safe. Peeking through a hole, she sees outside the building that everybody is running here and there, and some have killed the security guard David as well, which urges her to look after Tata, who is alone somewhere in the office. Therefore, she checks Tata on the CCTV and finds her in another room. She connects with that room's telephone and orders Tata to lock the door in which she is present. Also, she will come and knocks on the door 3 times, so she would have to open the door only on a 3-time knock. After this, she notices a man stepping forward very attentively, with a gun in his hand, and a little girl in CCTV footage while she feels some foot coming towards her. So she hides under a big table. Then an infected man comes in, but he is distracted by a cat. He throws the cat outside and brutally kills her. Seeing this, Iris becomes quite stressed, but she tries to calm her. And it is seen that after killing the cat, the man becomes calm and sits quietly there. Meanwhile, Iris escapes from the room. Here Tata, after locking the door, hears a 3-time knocking on the door and assumes that her mom has arrived to take her. But before she could open the door, a bloody hand is seen and breaks the lock. Seeing this, Tata becomes panicked and hides behind a wall, but someone pulls her behind. On the other hand, Iris checks all the cameras on her phone and notices the zombies that after killing someone, zombies remain still for only 32 seconds and get an idea that she must have escaped within these seconds from a zombie. Then she moves forward towards Tata, but on the way she is attacked by a zombie, and a man defends her, so she runs toward the swimming pool. The man pushes Iris and himself into the water. Following them, the zombie also jumps in the pool and dies. Both of them get out of the water and the man introduces him as Louis. Then Iris tells him that she and her daughter are stuck there. He says that he was taking her wife Miriam to the hospital for delivery, but they were attacked by the zombies and he preferred to stay inside his office. His wife is about to give birth to his baby. Aftermath, he takes her to his wife, who was tied to a wheelchair because she was infected and became a zombie. Iris, after seeing Miriam, gets scared and refuses to help him in the delivery and says that it might be possible that your baby would also be infected with the virus, but Louis says, what would you do if Tata is suffering from such a terrible condition? As she had not told him Tata's name, she asks him how he knows her name. Then he replies that Tata herself told him and she is a nice child. She considers that he might have kidnapped her and warns him by picking up a knife in her hand. He gets angry about it and while grabbing her neck says that he is a good man, don't compel him to do something wrong. Moreover, he has placed Tata in a safe place and after her help, he will take her to Tata. Having no choice, Iris agrees to help him. Then they take Miriam to a safe place for delivery. On the way, Louis tells her that some days ago he noticed a red mark on Miriam's hands, but he ignored, considering it a sort of allergy. Gradually, she started getting aggressive. Even one day she tried to scratch her belly, so he had to tie up. Further, he says that the zombies cannot survive in the water, so after the delivery will stay in his boat, and also he offers Iris to get there. But upon reaching the next floor, they see an injured man lying in an empty swimming pool, and he was Javi, Iris's husband. She rushes to him and he asks her about Nico and Tata. She replies that Tata is safe, and then he consoles her that stopping feeling guilty for Nico's death and taking his last breath. This makes Iris cry out loud, and as a result, all the zombies come around them. As he dies, Iris takes out the car keys from his pockets and uses the smoke bombs to escape from the pool. As the place becomes smoky, Louis and Iris move, but both are attacked by zombies. Iris, using a sharp metal object, kills the zombie and gets out of the pool, and goes to Miriam, who was growling at her. At that moment, a zombie arrives there and Iris hides behind an object and peeks at the zombie. She sees that the zombie is about to cut Miriam's belly, so she distracts the zombie by getting in his vision. Meanwhile, Louis comes and kills the zombie and says thanks to Iris. Afterwards in the room, Miriam successfully gives birth to her baby, and the baby seems quite healthy after Louis unties Miriam's arm and gives her a bird so that she could have some calmness after killing it. Then he gives the baby to her, but Iris opposes it and notes the time on the stopwatch and says please get the baby back because the time is running out at the moment the light goes off. Iris manages to turn a light and finds Louis fell on the ground and Miriam with the baby is missing. After that, Louis and Iris search for Miriam and find her sitting in a room. Louis attempts to make her realize that he is her baby, but she doesn't understand and she is nearly smashing the baby's head, but before she could do so, Louis shoots her and carries the baby in his hands and feels glad to have his baby safe. When considering the pain, he asks Iris about Nico and she tells him that he died some days ago. Then he informs her about Tata's location, which was the boiler room. Therefore, she rushes to the boiler room and finds a man dead there and a gun lying beside him. When she steps forward, she finds Tata's bag and some blood around it. Upon searching, she sees a dead body lying in a fireplace and assumes that she is Tata and becomes mournful as she has lost both her husband and now Tata. Therefore, she decides to attempt suicide. She picks the gun up and points her head, but before she could shoot, she notices some mice coming from another room. She puts the gun down and starts following the mice. Upon moving forward, she finds Tata's book in front of a door. Then she knocks on the door 3 times and Tata opens the door. Having Tata safe, she bursts into tears of happiness and consoles her. After that, Tata reveals that she was saved by Louis and he placed her in this safe place. Meanwhile, another girl with a man came here but was caught by the zombies, and the girl was thrown into the fire by zombies. Iris informs her that they will drive her father's car to Louis's boat. Then she asks about her father, but Iris says that he will later tell everything to her and plans to get out of the place safely. On the other hand, a zombie was watching both of them on CCTV cameras. Upon reaching a hall, they find many zombies there and she hides in a storeroom where she sees a lot of mice. Then she comes up with an idea. She makes a small fire in the room and all the mice run outside and the zombies start smashing them. So she has only 32 seconds to walk through the hall in front of zombies. She proceeds and the time goes off while they are among the zombies. All the zombies attack them, but Iris somehow manages to escape to the outside where she encounters many other zombies. She plays a trick and traps them in a van and rushes to Javi's car. Upon entering the car, she covers the mirrors and finds that the tire is punctured, so she presses the accelerator with the help of a long rod and gets out of the car while the zombies manage to get out of the van instead, attacking the moving car. But Iris and Tata gets inside a tunnel where she sees Louis badly injured with his baby who was safe. Louis informs them about his boat and tells that if I would die, she will take my baby with them, but at the moment a zombie arrives there and starts moving towards Iris. She tells Tata that when she finds the zombie calm, she will have 32 seconds to escape to the boat. Then she loads his gun and becomes ready to face the zombie, but she is badly injured by him and becomes calm. Tata comes to Iris, who gives her their family photo and orders her to run, but she picks up the gun and reminds her happy life, shoots the zombie and kills him. Then Iris and Tata come to Louis but find him dead. Then she obeys Louis, takes his baby and heads outside, but it is shown that the zombie drowned in the swimming pool is alive and they won't die inside the water. Upon reaching the sea, they find all the boats burned and the whole city destroyed, and here the movie ends.